Okay, hello everyone. This is Gabriel, your tutor, and I'm here to give you the setup and the installation guide to set your device, your Windows device up for our project. So let me start by sharing my screen. And here we go. All right, so hopefully you can see my screen. Just a disclaimer, I am not a Windows user natively. I have been using Linux since I was like 13, 12, 13. So bear with me if I go to close something and then I do some quick shortcuts and it doesn't work in Windows. You know how those things are kind of like embedded in our brain after so long. But let's do this. Okay, first of all, I did put together a guide for you guys. All right, this is the guide. It is going to be coming up with this video. So here you have the steps, step 1, then you have step 2. It is actually marked down. Okay, although the extension is TXT, you can actually render this in a markdown renderer, and it's going to show you a little bit more pretty, but I don't care. I will just go with the text edition. So yeah, you can follow the instructions here all the way. Okay, that is actually what I'm going to do because I did put it together and I did write down here. I did write a custom POM XML for you guys and also the Hello World app here. So because I did write everything together, I will actually make this guide available for you guys so you can actually follow the video, follow the guide, and you have two resources if you don't want to listen to my voice. If that's too boring and annoying for you guys, just mute me, go to the guide and kind of see what I'm doing in the screen. That's going to be fine as well. So let me slide this to the side so you don't have that in your way. All right, so just some prerequisites, all right, things that you need to have. First of all, you need to have admin access to your own computer. I know that sounds a bit funny, but if someone, I don't know, uses, I don't know, their company computer and they don't have admin access, this guide is not going to work. You really need a computer into which you have admin access. You need to have a GitHub account. I'm not going to go through the process of creating an account in GitHub. I'm going to go through the process of creating the repository, to setting it into private, to Git push the commits you have locally into your GitHub, and how to clone the stuff from GitHub. I will cover that, but I just assume you have the GitHub account. Also, you probably need I did put in the guide a reliable internet connection, but just have an internet connection. Okay, that's going to be absolutely essential. And just bear in mind if you're, I don't know, if you are using personal hotspots from your mobile to share your internet with your computer device, just bear in mind that we need to download IntelliJ through this guide. And that is going to be around 1 gigabyte. Just bear that in mind. There's going to be some other installations and downloads that we are going to do. But with all those disclaimers out of the way, let's just jump straight in. All right, so the first thing that we are going to do is actually download Git. All right, so let me just copy the URL that I have set aside for you guys, and let me just go straight into here. You are going to be taken into the Git webpage. You download it for the version that you use. I am using a Windows x64 architecture. I go with the standalone installer. You can try the portable. I didn't try it. I just went with the standalone one for Windows, and it worked fine for me. So yeah, sure. Let's go with that one. Let me install it. And okay, so for you guys, most of the predefined configurations here and setups are fine. If you want to change something, change. But no, if you are going to change it, have a reason to be changing it and know what you are doing, okay? Otherwise, if you're unsure, just follow my steps. All right, so this is fine for me. These basic ones that are already selected are fine. Again, I mean, I really want a desktop item and I know what I'm doing. Do that, okay? If you are not sure, just leave it alone. This is fine. No worries about that. Use Vim. I prefer to use Vim anyway, so I'm going to leave this. If you know what Vim is, or if you don't know, if you prefer something easier, you can go with Notepad, or because Vim can be a little bit tricky, but yeah, go with Vim. Go with Vim. It's important that you learn how to use Vim anyway, so let's go with Vim. Let Git decide. No, I don't want to let Git decide, okay? Here is important, and here everyone, not everyone, unless you know what you're doing, you can ignore me, but basically, Git is going to create the default branch as master. But this has, for quite some time now, has been kind of debunked. Most people are using main for the main branch instead of master. So I'm going to override this default and I'm going to set it for main, okay? So do that. It's going to make your lives easier when you have to push your stuff into GitHub. All right, GitHub is already adopting the main as the default. Master was the default in the past. It has been kind of debunked. Most people are using main now. It is standard in the industry. Go with main, okay? Now let's just continue. Git from the command line and 30, that's good enough for us. Use bundle open SSH, that's good enough for us. We are not even going to use SSH actually. Use the native win, yeah, that's fine. Check Windows Start Community, yeah, okay, no problems. Okay, fast forward or merge, yeah, that's good. I mean, unless you really want to rebase your entire, go with this one. If you need to rebase, you can type git rebase and then do the rebase, okay? Yeah, that's better. This is important. We are going to use the Git credential manager. So set that up, okay? Don't choose this, none. If you are in this, change into that, okay? Final, yeah, that's good enough for us. And let's install it. All right, so we are going to let it cook there. And now we are going to go into the PowerShell, okay? I know PowerShell can be a little bit scary for people. Guys, you are IT people. Don't be afraid of the PowerShell or of the command line interface of any system. The best way for you to lose your fears from the command line interface is using it. So use the command line interface. It is going to be massively important in a IT career. So please don't be afraid. Bear with me. Follow my steps. Let me view release. No, I don't need to see the release notes. Okay, that's good enough. So basically, follow on my steps here. Don't be afraid. All right, you're not hacking anything. You're not destroying anything. You're fine. Okay, just do exactly what I will be doing and get used to this black screen with white lines. It's very useful. Okay, it really is. All right, so the first thing that we need to do is we need to allow local scripts to run through the command line interface. By default, and I did struggle with that because, again, I'm not a Windows user, so I didn't know that. And I was like, why isn't my computer letting me run stuff? It is because by default, Windows is not allowing script execution through the command line interface. So we have to, first of all, allow it to set execution policy and then remote sign scope current user. So all the current users, I mean, not all, the current user is going to be able to execute scripts through the command line interface, right? Now, the second thing that we are going to do is we are going to install Scoop. Scoop is a very important, I would say probably the biggest package manager for Windows operating system for open source software. All right. So when you are dealing with open source software and being an IT person, programmer, software developer, you will be dealing with open source software all the time. You need to have a good package manager. Mac OS users have their homebrew, and Linux have many different package managers. Everyone has a favorite one. It is usually distro dependable. So if you are in a Debian system, you're going to go with apt. Who never uses Linux and do a sudo apt update and just scare people that are looking at you because like, oh my God, what are you doing? Are you hacking everything? Okay, I divert, sorry. So we are going to install package manager, okay? And the package manager for Windows is Scoop. And let me just hit enter here. It is going to be downloading and installing Scoop for us. It is better to manage your environment. And when I say environments, I really mean the entire system that you're using to develop code and to produce code. It is better to have a package manager than to, just download the things that you want and install them. And then you kind of lose track of versioning. You lose track of where things are installed, how you use it is really standard, and it is going to be very helpful for all of you to have actually a package manager installed. All right, now that we have done that, let's install IntelliJ. All right, we in this course I already have a thing opened here, don't I? All right, so in this course, we are going to use the IntelliJ as our default IDE. So I would recommend go with the toolbox from JetBrains. It makes things a little bit easier. So that's the toolbox. They have many options. If you are in an RAM architecture, go with that one. Otherwise, you are probably fine with the regular exe file. It is downloading. It's not that big. Okay, that being done, let's install it. Let it cook. Okay, install and let it cook. There we go. Should open any moment. Come on, don't frustrate me. Ah, there we go. All right, so here we can look for IntelliJ. It's going to give you two options, all right? This is the Ultimate Edition. We don't want that one. That is a paid version. If you ever become, Java software developer full-time and you need the resources in the Ultimate version, then you can pay for that in the future. Even then, I would say there are other options on the market that are free, but never mind that. We, in this course, are going with the Community Edition. That is a community-based edition of IntelliJ. It is free. Let's go on install here. And now we are going to leave it cooking here in the background because that is quite heavy. As I said, it has a 1 GB download that it has to do. So that being said, now we have to install Java, right? Here is why we installed Scoop. Scoop is going to manage our Java installation for us. So the first thing I'm going to do is Scoop bucket add Java. What this is doing is basically it is getting all the possible versions of Java that exist, and it's going to create like a list, and we can choose from that list which one we want to install. Let me do that. Oh, okay. But I did install Git, didn't I? I need to close PowerShell and reopen PowerShell. 1 second. Okay. Boop. Bucket. Add Java. There we go. I just had closed PowerShell and reopen so it becomes aware that I did install Git. All right, so the bucket was added. Now, I don't need to look into the bucket because I already know which version I need to install. And because we are working with Java FX as our main library, we will need JDK runtime. You know the JDK runtime. Runtime is like in JavaScript, if you have ever done any coding in JavaScript, that would be the Node.js. Python has its interpreter. The runtime for Java is JDK. All right. It is a little bit different than others because it has a virtual machine interface that does the communication between the code that you have written and the processor. That's why it can run anywhere. It was actually their motto: install Java, write Java once, run it everywhere, because indeed the runtime is quite capable of doing that regardless of the system that it is running into. All right, so I already know that we are going to use JavaFX, and JavaFX as a library is quite dependent on the version 21 of Java. Many people who struggled with the initial setting possibly did download Java version 24. That's not going to work nicely with JavaFX. There are tweaks, there are ways to make it run nicely. Don't do that to yourself. Don't go down that rabbit hole. You don't need that. Okay, install Java 21. It works nice with Java FX library. Okay, so let's do this. Scoop, install, open JDK 21. That's what we need, and let it cook there. Beautiful. Yeah, let's just wait for it to do its things. Okay, that was successfully done. Now what we have to do is we install Java, all right? But how can the programs and everything in our system know where the runtime is? Because you can install it anywhere, really. And we installed it using scope, right? So it is the binaries for the runtime are within the scope kind of file tree of systems and of management of packages. So we need to create a system variable, and this system variable is going to be called Java Home, and it is going to be the variable that all applications are going to look for to find the runtime version of our Java. So I will just copy and paste because it's a long one. So that's what we are doing. We are getting the environment variable for our entire system, creating the Java Home. All right, let me do that. And also, we need to add the CPP flags permanently for the current user at least. So let me just do that here. And that is good enough. Those long comments, don't try to type. Copy and paste, okay? You are going to avoid any issue or headaches by doing that. All right, that is done. No output is good, is what we want. So now let's just double check what is the version of Java. Maybe I need to close and open PowerShell to reload it. Let's see if it works. Never mind. And Java home. Let me see if it's going to find it. Oh yeah, it did. I didn't have to close and open it again. All right, so this is where our Java version lives. This is our JDK runtime. That's where it's living inside my computer. Good, very good. If you are still in doubt, you can just do a Java version more directly. And here is the version 21. It's what we want. Okay. That being said, we need now to install Maven, right? Scoop install Maven. Not Maven, Maven. Sorry for the typo there. Let's enter and let it cook there. It's going to be probably quicker. Nice. Beautiful. It is done. Now let's just check Maven version. And we have, come on, let it go, let it go. There we go, there we go. That's what I was looking for, Java version for Maven 21. That's good. So we have consistency. Our Maven is using Java 21. Our runtime is Java 21. Java FX is going to be very happy with this setup, okay? Very, very happy. All right, so now that we have concluded this, I am inside my main directory, right? And inside my main directory, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a directory, mkdir. Just so you know, if you are not used to it, PWD stands for print working directory. It tells me where I am, and here it is. And then you can say, but Gabriel, it's written right here. You should already know. Yeah, I should already know, but I like to do PWD. Old habits, okay? Old habits. I like to see it like this. And then I am inside my working, my home directory. And I'm going to do mkdir, that stands for make directory. And I'm going to call that directory Java projects, because why not? All right, I just did that. I can do a CD into that. CD stands for change directory, Java projects. If one trick inside the command line interface or PowerShell or whatever you are doing, you can start typing the beginning and then just click tab. It fills it automatically for you, okay? And then I changed into Java projects. If you are a bit lost what I'm doing here, I'm just navigating folders inside my computer, okay? So if I open here, for example, I can go to my root directory. This is the Java projects. So when I did make directory Java projects, I literally created this folder here. And when I did CD into that folder, it's like clicking twice here. Right now it's empty, right? I can do a list, LS stands for list, nothing to show, it's empty. Okay, that's what I did, okay? I just created a folder, no big deal, and opened the folder, okay? That's what I did. So don't worry, don't despair, it's all good, we are all fine. From this point, we're not going to be doing anything here right now. At this time, IntelliJ should be installed. There we go. We gave it enough time to download the 1 GB and do the installation. So let's open it and wait until it opens. There we go. All right. I have this. This was a test thing. Let me remove this. You don't need to worry about that. Okay, this is what you probably will be seeing when you open IntelliJ, right? So what we are going to do is create a new project, right? So let's create new project. For the name, let me call it. I did put in the guide. Okay, I set it. Hello, Java FX. Okay, very simple. Probably your project is going to be group name Tetris, you know. And where is the location? It's probably not going to be selected Java projects, because I did select this earlier and it remembered it, even though I uninstalled it. So you can open it, go to your users. Gabriel is the main user here, and I created this Java project. I'm going to save it here. Let me just double check. Yes, I will save it here. Select folder. Okay, I am Java projects for this. JDK, important. That is our one. Nice. Oh, wait. Calm down, people. I was in Maven archetype. Let's go for Java first, all right? I was straight to here. Let's go first of all to Java. Let's do this first, okay? Name, hello, Java FX. Location, again, you can just be sure that you are in the right one. Select folder. Click for the build system, click Maven, okay? Select Maven. JDK, that's the one that we installed. Advanced settings, con.example. You can do whatever you want to do here actually, but just bear in mind you will have to change the POM XML if you do something different here or for the archetype, okay? I'll show you where you have to change stuff later. Now that we have this done and it looks good, we can go into the Maven archetype. Hello, Java FX, Java projects. We are not going to create a Git repository with Maven. I prefer to do it manually. It's safer and I know what I'm doing in the sense that I'm not really sure what are all the steps that IntelliJ is going to do. I don't know how much control I'll have over the versioning control. I prefer to do it manually. So I'll show you how to do that as well. Archetype, this is important. We are going to go with quick start for Maven version 1.1. Advanced settings, con.example is fine. Hello, Java FX is fine. Okay, it looks good. Our Java here is good, and our Maven here is good. Yes, it is all good. Create. All right, now it's going to open the project for us. Here inside the project, it is going to resolve some Maven dependencies. Don't worry about this. This is, yeah, ignore that. It's doing the downloads that it has to do. Let it cook. It may take some time. In the meanwhile, this is our project structure, right? This is our POM XML. I'm not going to touch it at this moment because I need to wait for it to finish resolving all the stuff that it's doing. Okay, it's done. Now, erase this, okay? Remove everything from your POM XML. There are some things that you need to adjust there, and I did write an entire one for you guys, and it is here. Let me just copy it. It is in the guide, all right, the entire POM and XML. So here we have our project, and that's the Maven that we are using. That is the version for Maven, the POM.example. Remember, if you did change something there when you were creating this, you can change it here. Hello, Java FX, that's the name of our project. That's the version for Java. Very good, very good, very good. Java FX plugin version is stay with 008. Okay, don't go beyond that. It can be annoying and you can run into problems. Stick with 008. That's the best version for this plugin. Don't worry about these red things. It's complaining, I don't know what this is weird, and you know, these errors. Relax, calm down, everything's good. So here is the plugins that I set this up for you guys. Java FX Maven plugin. Here is getting the version automatically. Con example app. This is important. That's the main class for our Java. Let's check what it is in the source main Java com example app. Excellent, excellent. That is what we want. If it was not like that, let's say it, yeah. Okay, okay, I will rename this, our directories. Let's say it was like this, okay? Refactor. And let me remove com because let's say it was like that, okay? So you were here, it was org example app, but here in the main class, it automatically updated actually, which is good, If it doesn't automatically update, it doesn't always. This is good that Windows does this actually. Let me see if it's going to update. No, it doesn't. Okay, since it didn't, because when I chose org here, it did update here on my POM, but when I changed only the POM, it didn't change here. So what I am going to do is I'm going to create a new Java class, okay? And the name is going to be con.example.app. And we can remove this, okay? And delete this as well. Attention, if your IntelliJ creates main instead of app, you have to do it again, all right? So let's say it had like this. example main. Okay, if it was like that, delete this main, create the app. Okay, important. Let me delete this main. We don't need the main, we need the app. The app is the one that we are referencing here. Okay, that is pretty much it. Now I did write a simple hello world program using Java FX. So let me just Control C. Let me remove everything from the app. We don't need that. That's the simple. I know, very simple program. It's just literally a hello Java FX. Pretty much, it's what it does. At this point, you can see there are lots of red stuff here, and there were some red stuff here, right? Okay, that's the moments of magic. We are going to click this and sync Maven changes, okay, and let it cook there. All right, now we have the green tick, and now we have the green tick. It's still doing some stuff. It finished doing everything. Okay, now that it has finished doing everything, we can run our application. We come here to Maven, hello Java FX, plugins, Java FX, Java FX run. And then we let it cook. It has to download some stuff, let it cook. It's going to take some time. Don't despair with 6plot, bro. Relax. It's okay. Let it cook there. It's doing its stuff, you know. Okay, there we go. Hey, see? It's working. Okay, nice. I don't usually run stuff from my IDE. I don't even use IDE usually. I just use the terminal. So from the terminal, important thing is to be inside the projects. All right, so where am I? I am in Java projects. What do I have inside of here? I have this project, hello Java FX. Let me go change directory into that one. And let me list. That is my project right here. Excellent. How do I run the project? Maven. We can do a clean Java FX run. Very simple, right? And it's going to do pretty much the same thing that it was doing in the IDE, but more directly. And it tends to be a bit quicker as well in the terminal. And again, it works. Okay, I prefer to work from here. If I can give you an encouragement, is to try to do things from the command line interface. It is going to be very good for you to lose any feelings of you know, of being afraid of it. All right, so that's it for the first part. All right, so we did the setting up, the under the hood preparation. We did install some stuff. We did change some configurations. We add the variables. We ran the project. Everything's good. Now we need to worry about our Git, right? Because Git is our versioning control software, and we really need it to be working because that's how we are going to keep track of everything that we are doing in our project. If our project suddenly stops working, we can roll back, and Git allows us to do all of this. And this is not a course on Git. You can find some resources or ask me or ask your friends. Many people are master Git, versioning control. But we are always available, of course, to help you guys through it. Git is very easy though, so you're not going to have any problems with Git. If you don't know what I'm talking about, follow along for now. And as the project starts to grow and build, you will naturally need to find new commands with Git, but don't stress for now. Let's just follow along. The first thing that I am going to do is make sure I am inside my project, okay? Yes, here, users, Gabriel, Java projects, hello, Java FX. That is the project that I created. Double checking, listing. Yes, that is my project. What I'm going to do now is git init, okay? As simple as that, git init. Initialized empt git repository. What does that mean? I'm going to list the stuff inside this directory, and 1 second. Okay, I need to refresh. Okay, I need to close this. I have to remember that in PowerShell I need to do this stuff. Okay, cd Java project, cd Java fx. No, it's not that. What's that? Yes, hello. cd hello list. That's interesting. Apparently PowerShell hides Git. Okay, never mind. We did get init. Let's do a git status to check how it is. Here we have our branch is main, and this is our folders and directories and stuff, and it's not being tracked right now. We are going to do a git add everything. The dot stands for everything. Okay, so we do a git add everything. Git status. And there we go. We are tracking those stuff now. Very good. That's what we want. We can do a git commit now. Before doing a git commit, I want to take a look into this git ignore. This was created not by me manually, so let me take a look into that. Notepad git ignore. Okay, it opened this. Let's take a look. These are the things that Git is not going to commit. So when I want to commit something, it's going to look into the things inside this Git ignore, and it's going to not commit those things. This is important because sometimes you need some, you may have some database with passwords, stuff like that. You don't want to have those stuff public in a GitHub repository. Those things should not be there. Okay, so let me check what are the things that they included for us here. Okay, looks good. Looks okay. They even have stuff for macOS. Okay, that looks good. No problems there. We don't need to change it. The default one is okay. So I feel confident we can do git commit. And let's write something here. I'll follow the same line that I put in the guide. Initialize Java FX 21 from IntelliJ wizard. Okay, looks good. All right. Your name and email address were configured automatically. That's good. Please check them. Yeah. Okay, it was committed. That is what we needed. Now let's go to GitHub. Let me open here. No. Here. GitHub. Okay. This is okay. All right. We are already in my GitHub. Now let me go home. All right, that's my home. I'm going to create a new repository here. I'm going to call it Java Hello. That sounds good enough. You can add a description for it. Ideally, your repository is going to be group 10, Tetris project, something like that. Remember that the repository must be private. Yes, during the course only. After the course, you can make it public and include that in your portfolio. That's absolutely fine. But during the course until October, keep it private. And when you get your grades, you can just put it on public and be happy. You can add a README or not if you don't. It's up to you. It's nice to have a Git README so you can, do like this is how this program works. Not everyone reads README. I love reading READMEs, but that's me. Add git ignore. No, we don't want git ignore. Remember, we already have a git ignore that was added by. Now I'm not sure who added this. If it was IDEA, it was probably IntelliJ, but it's there. It's working. It's good. No worries about that. License. You can include MIT license or any open source license, like that's a very typical one. Don't stress if you have no license, that's okay. Create repository. Okay, it is done. It is created. We have our GitHub repository, and that is the URL for it. Let's just copy it here. And I usually use SSH. But to use SSH, you have to generate the pair keys, a private and public key. You have to configure them. You have to make the configurations for them. I'm not going to teach you that. That is it can be a bit tricky. So if you want to know how to do stuff with SSH, I really encourage you. That's very nice. But let's go with the straightforward HTTPS. Okay, that's going to be better. Just copy that. And now we are going to go back into our terminal, right? And we are going to do git remote add origin. Is that it? Git remote add origin, yes. And then we are just going to paste that URL, okay? Enter. And okay, no problems. It is happy so far. Now, what we have to do is do a git push origin main. What I'm doing here is saying to Git, hey Git, you know that remote that I just added, that URL? I want you to get all the files that I have locally here and that are committed, right? All the last committed files, and I want you to push them into that remote URL, okay? And you are going to push them into the main branch. From the main branch. So all the commits from the main branch. If you are working with different branches, you change the branch name here, okay? Git push origin main. But before we do that, I'm not going to click enter. I will erase this. Before we do that, back to GitHub. Usually in the past, you could do the authentication using your password. So you would input your GitHub username and then your GitHub password, and that would work. But Git has disallowed password authentications for security reasons, especially through HTTPS. So what we have to do now is come here, settings. You are going to go all the way down to developer settings. Inside developer settings, you are going to click on personal access tokens, tokens classic, generate new token classic. All right. You're going to have to put some notes here. Repo access, that's good enough. Expiration, you can set the expiration that you want. If you want to put no expiration, that is possible, but GitHub strongly recommends that you set an expiration date. Okay, so you can just come here and put 30 days or whatever you need. Eventually, if your token expires, you will have to create a new one. This is important. Select the scopes. We only need it for repos. We don't need the other stuff, okay? So you can select just repos. Generate token. All right, it's going to generate this thing. Let me copy this and open. I'll just leave it here for now. I will delete this token straight after this video, so I don't mind that you guys are seeing it. It doesn't bother me. All right, now that I have this token, I can come back here and I can do now git push origin main. Now I can do that. Enter. Let it cook. There we go. Here, GitHub signing with a code. Okay, that's what you are going to do. Signing with a code. And then it is going to, okay, continue. And then you get this code. Continue. Authorize. Congratulations, you were all set. Nice. That's what we wanted to see. All right. So we actually didn't need the. I thought we were going to need this token because we need this for Mac and we need this for Linux, but we didn't need for Windows. So yeah, good for you guys. So don't worry about this. Okay. That being done, let's check if it worked, right? Let's see if it really did work. So let me go back to my home. I could have gone. Never mind. Java hello, that's our project. Aha, initialize Java FX. These are my commits. It is working. That's what we wanted. We want to store here in the GitHub the things that we did locally in our computer. Good, it is working. Now, what I want to do is I want to say, like, say, you know, your friend did all of this. All of the things that I'm doing here, your friend did. So he did the POM XML, he did generate the repository in GitHub, he did push the changes into the GitHub repository. Very good, very nice. And now what you have to do is you need to clone that repository. That means you need to get all the things that he has done, all the code that he has done, and download it from the private but online repository into your local machine, so you can code on top of what he has coded. So in order to do that, I will return, and I will just remove Java. So confirm the item has children and the recurse parameter was not specified. If you continue, all children will be removed with the item. Are you sure you want to continue? Yes, I am absolutely sure. I am definitely removing my project. Okay. Cannot be removed because it's not empty. Okay. I'll do it manually. I don't know what is the. Is it like remove? Is it the same? The same as Linux? Let me see. Yeah, it's not like that. Perhaps it's caps R. Let's see. No, it's not that. Okay, never mind. I don't know what's the command for Windows. Sorry, I'm stupid. Let's go back here, Java projects, and just delete this. Okay, it's gone. It's deleted. All right, that's what I wanted. Let me list this stuff here. See, there is no more Java. Okay, so let's say you are the friend of the person who did create the repository, all right? And you are like, okay, my turn. I'm going to make a directory and I'm going to call it Java hello, because why not? And I'm going to go into that directory, all right? Where am I? I am inside Java hello. Very nice, very nice. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to git. This is important before I do this. If you are this person, so if you are not the person that created the repository, let me just, okay. What you have to do is you have to come here and you have to follow everything, okay? Everything. You are going to do item 1 of the guide. You are going to do item 2 of the guide. You are going to do item 3 of the guide. You are going to do all of those stuff. You are going to install Maven. You are going to create the folder. Okay, you are going to stop here. This is what I have just done, right? But I create hello Java instead of Java projects. Since the folder is empty, and just to keep consistency, I'm going to go back one directory and I'm going to remove Java. This time it's going to work because the directory is empty. See, it works. I can do a listing and it's gone. Good. So I'll just keep consistency and let's do this. Java projects. Okay, let's do a CD into that. Before list, there we go, Java projects. Let's do a CD into there. Okay, it is empty. There is nothing here. See, I'm listing, nothing comes out. Okay. So you are going to stop here You can ignore item 7, item 8. You can ignore all of this stuff because someone else has already done that for you. And you're going to come all the way down to here. No, sorry, my bad. All the way down to here. Item 13, clone and run on a second Windows machine, right? So this is the person who did not create the repository. What you're going to do? You're going to do this, this, and this. Simple as that. Okay, so let me come here. This is the repository. Your friend, the person who created the repository, is going to be inviting you to be a collaborator in this repository. You are going to open the web URL for this repository, going to code. Again, you have other options. We are going with HTTPS. Copy this. Now, let's go back to our terminal, and we are going to do git clone and just paste this. Let me just make sure. Yeah, it's the same. Okay. And now we are cloning into that. Oh, what happened? Oh, receiving objects. Something happened. Let's list. Okay. We have a new folder here. Let's go into this Java hello list. There we have our project. And I did do all the steps from 1, 2, 3. I did all of those. So I should be good to do a simple Maven clean Java fx run. Let's see if it's going to work. This is me running the project that my friend sent to GitHub, okay? Give it some time to cook. There we go. There we go. It's cooking, brewing, brewing. Come on. Those silences are weird, right? Okay. It is working. Here we go. Hello, Java FX21. Beautiful. That is what we want. Then you can come and say, but Gabriel, what about IntelliJ? What about IntelliJ? That's okay. That's okay. Don't despair. We are going to come here, close this project. Okay. Let me remove this. Remove this. There you go. So you open your IntelliJ, right? Here you have it. And you are not going to make a new project because you don't need to make a new project. You just downloaded you cloned actually the project from GitHub, the project that your friend pushed into GitHub. So what you're going to do is open and note, before I cloned the project, I did make the directory. So remember that you are going to create a directory and where the directory is. In this case, it lives under users, Gabriel, and that there we have it, Java projects. And Java, this is the old project. Sorry, guys. Let me delete it. Java hello, that is the new project, okay? Okay. Select folder, trust this project. Yeah, okay, I'll just close this. I don't care about this. Beautiful, that's it. Let me check the main. Beautiful, that is it. Load everything, okay? Click on load. So IntelliJ is going to load everything. It's going to resolve Maven dependency. It's going to do the installations it needs to do. This is for you to run it in IntelliJ instead of doing like I did from the terminal, okay? So let it cook. It's going to take some time. That's okay. Downloading plugins. All right, it seems like it has concluded. We can go into Maven. This is what my friend did. I just cloned it from his repository, plugins, JavaFX, JavaFX run. Ta-da! It works, okay? All right, everyone. I think this covers pretty much everything that I needed to share with you people. Let me exit this. I can definitely clear this terminal and exit it gracefully. Let me close this guide as well and close it here. By this point, I can probably stop sharing. All right. Ooh, my hair. Okay, so I hope everyone is happy with this. Everyone can follow this along. It is quite straightforward, really. I am always available if you need any help. Please reach out to me, and we are going to see each other's in the labs. And there are also many online free resources. If you are, for some reason, doing this 3 a.m. because that is your jam, that's fine. And you are sure that if you text me, I'm not going to reply at 3 a.m. You can definitely do some researching and find some online resources. ChatGPT is a great tool. Use it, okay? It is amazing to help you clear out problems, understand syntax issues, understand why things are not working. So I use it all the time. Well, it's not cheating. It's really a tool that is available. So go for it. And what else? I think that's pretty much it. Reach me out if you need. And that's it. Happy coding, people.